Today, we're jumping into one of the world's most misunderstood, but honestly, one of the most rewarding travel destinations out there, Pakistan. If you're looking for absolutely epic landscapes and ancient cultures, this is a place that really delivers. But a lot of outdated myths are still holding people back. So let's separate the perception from the reality.
Okay, let's get right to it with the single biggest question on pretty much everyone's mind. This is the thing that comes up first, the thing that gets debated the most whenever you talk about a trip here.
And the short answer, based on what's actually happening on the ground right now, is a clear yes. The most important thing to know is that safety in the main tourist and trekking areas has improved so much over the last decade. It's a whole new ballgame.
And we're talking about specific well-established tourism zones, places like the incredible Hunza Valley, Skardu, and Fairy Meadows. These spots are heavily supported by local communities who depend on tourists, and just as important, they're geographically miles and miles away from any sensitive border areas.
And this isn't just a few adventurous people going off-grid. We're talking about thousands of foreign trekkers visiting these regions every single year. We see international climbing teams all the time on peaks like K2. Tourism here isn't some new experiment. It's a well-oiled machine.
So, now that we've established that foundation of safety, let's move on and tackle some of the other common myths head-on. This is really where we get to the heart of why Pakistan is so often misunderstood.
All right, the first big myth is that you have to be some elite ice axe wielding mountaineer to even think about visiting. The reality couldn't be more different. The country is an absolutely incredible destination for cultural trips, family vacations, and what the industry calls soft adventure.
I mean, the sheer variety is amazing. You can explore the rich Mughal history in Lahore, witness these beautiful Sufi traditions, see the famous spring blossoms in Hunza that just explode with color, or even go on a desert safari. It is so much more than just high-altitude expeditions.
Okay, but what about the trekking itself? It's home to some of the world's highest peaks, so it has to be incredibly dangerous, right? That's a totally fair question.
The truth is, there's a trail for every skill level. You've got short, really accessible hikes like Fairy Meadows. Then there are moderate, totally beginner-friendly treks to places like Rekapushi Base Camp. And even the legendary K2 Base Camp trek, while it's definitely challenging, is non-technical. You're walking, not climbing.
And on top of that, professional tour companies do not leave safety to chance. They come with licensed guides, certified porters, satellite communication systems for emergencies, and really carefully planned schedules to make sure you acclimatize to the altitude properly. They manage most of the risks before you even set foot on the trail.
So, with safety covered, let's talk about the practical side of things. Infrastructure, visas, the nitty-gritty of planning a trip.
There's this lingering myth that the country is just all roughing it, with zero modern facilities for travelers. And while you can for sure find raw wilderness if you want it, that idea is pretty much outdated for the main tourist areas. The reality is that these areas have seen a ton of investment. You can find beautiful boutique hotels in Hunza, 4-star places to stay in Skardu, paved roads into major valleys, and a network of domestic flights that make getting around so much easier than it used to be.
And what about the visa, which, let's be honest, used to be a major headache? Well, now it's a simple online process for travelers from the US, the UK, Australia, and most of Europe. You just apply through the e-visa portal, and the tour operators can even give you the documents you need to make it even smoother.
So, we've debunked the myths about safety and logistics. Now let's talk about the real magic, the experience itself. What is it that makes Pakistan so incredibly unique?
This quote just perfectly captures what basically every single visitor reports back. Hospitality in Pakistan is not a marketing slogan. It is a lived tradition. The warmth and the generosity of the people there is legendary. Travelers constantly share these amazing stories of being invited into homes for tea or just getting help from total strangers.
To really get what the experience is like, it helps to compare it to a place like Nepal. The Karakoram range in Pakistan offers something totally different. It's way less crowded, it's a lot less commercialized, and it gives you this feeling of raw, authentic wilderness that is just getting harder and harder to find anywhere else.
And the sheer scale of it all is just breathtaking. Get this, 5 of the world's 14 8,000-meter peaks are right here. The landscape is just dominated by these dramatic vertical granite walls and enormous untouched glaciers. It is truly a land of giants. So, let's bring all this together. What is the final takeaway? Why are so many experienced adventure travelers now putting Pakistan at the very top of their list?
It all really boils down to this.
You get world-class trekking on trails that are so much less crowded than in other parts of the Himalayas. The costs are really competitive, the scale of the landscape is just unmatched, and the cultural experience is profoundly deep and authentic.
Ultimately, the key is this: plan your journey with verified, current information and experienced local guides, not with headlines from a decade ago. And that leaves us with one last thought to consider. For those of you who are searching for something truly extraordinary, an adventure that combines epic nature with genuine human connection, what if that journey is waiting for you, just beyond the mist?